Hi, dear friends. Today our topic, which concerns health, will be about fish. We will also talk about fish that live up to 150 years and why they should not be eaten, although they are often found on restaurant menus as an exclusive and rare food. Firstly, why is it so important to eat fish and seafood? Because these foods contain the most omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 acids are necessary for the health of the heart and blood vessels, immunity, mental health, and skin conditions. And so, about fish. Let's start with the good news. That is, we will find out the features of some fish that are especially beneficial to eat. Salmon. This fish is a storehouse of vitamins, as it contains vitamins E, PP, C, A, Group B, as well as vitamin D, which is crucial for maintaining optimal health of the whole organism, elements, potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, iron, molybdenum, and others. Salmon is rich in omega-3 fatty acids. This fish is an excellent remedy for all sorts of inflammation. Salmon protein is absorbed by the human body at 98%. Speaking of salmon, one cannot fail to mention caviar, which is not just a delicacy, but the undisputed leader in maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Combine this with the fact that most salmon is farmed using natural food and contains fewer contaminants, you will understand why salmon is one of the best types of fish to eat often. Herring. Both Atlantic and Pacific herring are also an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids, as well as acids that help to prevent heart disease and support proper brain function when consumed regularly. It contains up to 14% good cholesterol, from 1 to 44% lecithin, vitamins of groups B, A, D, E, C, iron, iodine, calcium, magnesium, potassium, selenium, zinc, phosphorus, and other minerals, as well as easily digestible protein. Herring can be found most of all in a salted form and retains all the vitamins that fresh fish does. If in this form it is very salty for you, then you can reduce the salt in it by simply soaking it in water or in milk and water in a ratio of 1:1. Herring is not a rare fish. It can be part of many dishes, including various and very tasty salads. Do you know where herring is eaten the most? In Norway. Mackerel. Mackerel is perhaps the most commonly eaten fish in the world. This is oily fish. Soft mackerel meat is saturated with vitamins B12, PP, minerals, sodium, phosphorus, chromium, iodine, and trace elements. Mackerel is a rich source of omega-3 acid, which is much higher than in other seafood. Atlantic mackerel is rich in vitamins D and E, selenium, iodine, and vitamin B6. Mackerel is especially useful for children, pregnant and lactating women, and people with cardiovascular diseases. Mackerel is widely used in cooking due to its taste and nutritional qualities. An interesting fact is that the mackerel does not have a swim bladder. Cod. Cod can be an excellent source of vitamin B, niacin, and phosphorus. Cod is also an excellent source of protein. You'll also find plenty of cod recipes online, so there's no shortage of dishes to make here too. That's why cod is well worth a try, especially if you want healthy sea fish. Cod is not the largest fish, but it's not very small either, so it's just the right size fish to go with many different dishes. Sardines. Sardines are relatively small, commercial, and extremely popular fish. This fish got its name from the island of Sardinia, where it was caught in huge numbers. It has received the widest application in the manufacture of canned food, but it can be prepared in different ways. Therefore, it is also widely used in the cuisines of different countries. Sardines do not only taste great, but their meat is also rich in protein, vitamins, and unsaturated fats. This fish contains a fairly large amount of coenzymes. Coenzymes are indispensable in the processes of cellular energy exchange. Coenzymes participate in complex biochemical processes, helping to prolong the life cycle of cells and protecting their walls from destruction by free radicals. The significant role of coenzymes is providing a person with energy and preserving youth and beauty. Its maximum concentration is in the heart muscle. Thanks to the regular use of sardines, skin aging stops. The bonus is that their capture and processing has practically no negative impact on the environment. Bass tender, tasty white perch meat makes this fish one of the most consumed. Fishermen say that if there is no bass in fish soup, then it is not so fragrant. Bass is found in rivers, lakes, ponds, reservoirs, and in the seas. Bass has few bones, but it can be difficult to clean because the scales are very dense and there are spikes on its body. Bass is a dietary fish. When we wrote this article, we noticed that each type of fish has its own characteristics. Here, for example, bass contains a lot of selenium and also, like all other fish, omega-3 and easily digestible protein. Sea bass is also rich in vitamin D, allowing calcium to be absorbed correctly and in full, which will improve the condition of bones. Sea bass is also an excellent source of protein, which is very good for the brain. And now let's get acquainted with the fish, which should be avoided in frequent eating. Orange roughy. The first fish we want to warn you against is orange roughy. This type of deep-sea fish is becoming increasingly popular in the global seafood market. However, there are several reasons why some people consider eating orange roughy to be harmful. There is evidence that orange roughy live up to 150 years and do not mature until 30 years old. Can you imagine how many harmful chemical compounds must have accumulated in the fish over this length of time? None of the useful ingredients that are usually found in fish will block the harm that it can cause to the human body in 30 years of its existence. The first ingredient that accumulates in the meat of this fish is mercury. In addition to mercury, there is evidence of the presence of arsenic, cadmium, and lead in the meat of these old fish. The combination of these heavy metals has been referred to as the Big Four when it comes to their effects on the human body. Accumulating in the human body, they cause all sorts of health concerns, including inflammation, depression, and also cause inflammation of the walls of the arteries, the main factor in heart disease. Eel. Eel can be a healthy food as it is rich in protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and other essential nutrients. However, there are some concerns about eating certain types of eels. This fish is even considered a great delicacy, especially in sushi, but this is not a good idea because raw eel and eel blood are poisonous to humans. This, however, does not apply to fish that have undergone heat treatment. In addition, this fish strongly perceives the pollution of the waters in which it is found, for example, dyes from clothes. After all, cadmium is present in dyes, and with which fabrics are dyed from yellow to bright orange. Cadmium accumulates in the human body, and eating eels from contaminated water can lead to problems with bones, causing them to become soft and weak. But the most significant problem of the consumption of this fish is the high content of mercury in some types of eel. Mercury is a toxic substance that can accumulate in the body over time and cause health problems, especially for pregnant women, breastfeeding mothers, and young children. Therefore, it is important to choose eel fish from sustainable sources and limit the intake of certain species, which are known to be high in mercury. Swordfish. Swordfish also have high levels of mercury. As we already know, mercury is a heavy metal that can accumulate in the tissues of fish over time, especially large predatory fish such as swordfish, and which, if accumulated, can cause serious health problems such as neurological problems, kidney damage, and developmental delays in children. Therefore, it's best to avoid eating swordfish altogether, and if you do, then no more than once a month, at least in the case of men. Women, especially pregnant women, breastfeeding mothers, and young children should generally avoid eating swordfish. Conclusion. In general, there are several types of fish that are recommended to be avoided or to be eaten in moderation due to their potential health risks. These include fish such as swordfish, shark, king mackerel, tilafish, and some others, which are known to accumulate large amounts of mercury, a toxic substance that can cause serious health problems. Now you see how important the consumption of fish and fish products is for proper nutrition and therefore for health. But not all types of fish are beneficial, and we already know something about this. Thanks to this video. Share this information with your loved ones and friends, because all good deeds return to a person 100-fold. But here's what I want to note. This information is for informational purposes only. You can use it simply to keep the conversation going and show your erudition in these matters. Be healthy and happy. See you in the next video.